Hi there, Vanya Fatidis here from Peaceful Eating, where I help people end the struggle with their bodies and food. Today I want to talk to you about your health. I'm sure you've noticed that we're in the midst of a global pandemic, and this is really focusing people's minds on their own health and their own immune systems and their ability to cope with a novel virus that we are currently being confronted with. What people tend to do when they want to improve their health is they look to diet. They look to ways of eating that are going to boost their immune systems. Today I want to talk to you about why including a diet in your health plan is actually going to backfire on your wish to become healthier. So there are three reasons why this is so. First reason is that dieting increases stress on the body, and it does this in three ways. The first is that it deprives your body of the energy that it needs. The second is you're bypassing your body's cues. This is stressful on the body. And the third way is that it encourages overexercise. So all of these things elevate the stress hormones in the body, and chronic stress is really a bad news for our immune systems and our overall health. The second reasons why diets are not going to help your health is that they increase cravings. And they do this by setting up black and white thinking. We believe these foods are good, these foods are bad. These are the ones we should be eating to the exclusion of these foods. Now the truth is that the foods that we tend to call junk food or unhealthy food, I'm not a fan of those terms by the way, these foods are perfectly fine to have in a wide variety of foods that you're eating overall. It only becomes a problem to our health if that is all we're eating. Now, what tends to happen on diets is that we try and be good and we stick to all the so-called healthy foods, but this is only sustainable for a certain period of time for a number of reasons, which I'm not going to go into in this video, but it's got nothing to do with your willpower. Then what happens is it all falls apart and you probably just want to eat the things that you've been restricting yourself from. So what also tends to happen, and I've seen this with many of my clients, is because they've been on so many diets and they've tried tirelessly to kind of eat buckets of salad and eat loads of vegetables and things, that they get actually turned off it. And they don't really want to be eating those foods because it's associated with all of the stress that has come with dieting. So this is now an impediment to one's overall health. The third reason why diets are not going to be helpful for your overall health is because what tends to happen is people yo-yo or weight cycle. They go on a diet, they lose weight, then the diet doesn't work for them and they put on the weight again, right? So lose and put on and lose and put on weight. Now this weight cycling has been associated with cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, compromised immune systems, and actually early death. Have I convinced you that dieting is not a good plan for your health? Now, I think I probably know what the next question is on your mind, but I've been told by my doctor I have to lose weight for my health. This is a tricky one, and it's a very big conversation we could be having about this, but I just want to tell you two things. The one is that there is absolutely no evidence to show that weight loss prolongs life. In fact, people on the higher end of the weight spectrum tend to live longer than people on the middle to lower end of the weight spectrum. The other thing is, to come back to weight cycling, is that almost all people who go on a diet and lose weight on it will regain the weight within 1 to 5 years. What often happens with many people is that they will also regain weight to a higher number than they started off at. So if it's true, and this is highly questionable, and again another whole long conversation, if it's true that weight loss is better for one's health, that being thinner is better for one's health, then dieting is not the way to go about it, because you're going to end up at the same weight you started at, or possibly even at a heavier weight. Well, I hope I have convinced you that going on a diet is not going to benefit your health. I do have some very unsexy recommendations for you though, and here they are. The first thing, if you haven't yet got the memo, is wash your hands. It is just probably one of the best things you could do to not get sick. The second thing is, if you smoke, stop. The third thing is to drink alcohol within recommended allowances that your government will have publicized. Yes, eat fruit and vegetables. They're great to have, but you don't have to only be eating fruit and vegetables. Include them as part of a varied diet that you're eating. Then get enough sleep. Try to reduce your stress levels, because as I said in the beginning, chronic stress is really bad for our health. And I know this is not an easy one because of the culture we're living in and the pressures we find ourselves in. Find things that you want to do, that you enjoy doing. Connect with people. Connection is one of probably the most healthy things that we could be doing for ourselves. Remember that physical and mental health are really all one. We can't really separate them. That separation is not a real thing. Our physical health impacts our mental health impacts our physical health. So it all matters. Well, I hope that was helpful for you, and I wish you well. If you want to learn more about how to become peaceful around food and to stop hating your body, go to peacefuleating.co.uk. I've got hundreds of blogs on there, and I have a free ebook called A Guide to Peaceful Eating. I'd love you to receive that and go well, and may you be well. Take care.